Would be wonderful.
All right, we'll get started, folks. Let's see. So, let's start with some kudos, and then we'll talk about a few things. All right, so we've got a page from, I think this is one of Bob's for Brainerd here. Yep, Bob's page, an outdoors page. Oh, we
Screen
can't see the pages, I'm sorry. Oh, someday.
Jeez, Joe, why are you so needy?
I'm sure my descriptions are impeccable. All right, there. Okay, let's, 2 pages. All right, here. Better, Joe? Thank you. All right. So, this is Bob's page, outdoors for Brainerd. Nice cutout here overlaying the main photo. I also like how the sun is shining through the clouds right above the outdoors folio there, which I think is nice. And then I also like the fade here at the bottom in the leaves photo. So just a nice looking page. Well done, Bob. Here we've got one of Bemidji's from Amy, and a nice centerpiece package here for Veterans Day, and a great kind of teaser photo for the up near the skybox there. They ended up, they've got an ad in the skybox area, so I think this was a really great way of getting art right up in the flag there, and not having to deal with that ad as well. So nicely done, Amy. Here we've got one from Dickinson, and this is one of Anthony's. And we've got, this is an post-election page here. Or actually it was before the election, it looks like. But nicely, I like how he pulled those 2 photos together in the centerpiece. You know, not exactly fantastic imagery there, but he pulled them together with the red, white, and blue line between them. And it kind of calls to mind, he's got the headline as running through the tape, and that stripe of color between it almost seems a bit like a tape as well. So I think that's a really effective centerpiece package there. Nicely done, Anthony. Here is one of Jackie's for Dickinson. Great photo to work with. And we had a breakout box within the centerpiece package there. Nicely done headline, and a good down page package as well. Nicely done, Jackie. Here's one of Tanner's for Dickinson. And just a really, just a great, clean page. You know, it's that striking photo, and just a really almost elegant looking page there. I think, you know, there's not a lot to it, but it's nice and clean. It just draws you in with the nice, strong photo and nicely packaged story below it. So there's not a lot of fanfare to the page, but it just really works well, I think. So well done, Tanner. Here's one of Cindy's for Detroit Lakes, and on a shooting in a nearby town, and with the crime scene photo and crime scene tape in the photo right at the top, so that's a really pulls you in, especially I would bet that that was a great one on the racks there. Not only the shooting, but then another tragedy, both of those would have made it above the fold, so a lot of strong stories on that cover. Also a car found partially submerged, so nice front page. And here's one of Angie's for Duluth. And this was back a little ways. It's from August. I bet they are not dealing with mayflies anymore now. But nice package there. CP here. Several photos there, and just a little touch in the headline here with the lighter face of in it. I think is really effective. Nice little colored breakout box in the that secondary renter's story as well. So nicely done page, Angie. Here we've got one of Sarah's for the forum, and fun food page with spiced pumpkin seeds, it looks like. And so she pulled those pumpkin seeds all the way down the page and brought some colored dots throughout, colored the subheads, breakout heads here. So really a lot of thought went into that page. Nicely done. Here's one of Brandon's for the Mitchell paper. And zoom out so we can see the whole thing. And again, a nicely, just nice clean design there. We've got photos drawing you kind of in a zigzag down the page. Good headline hierarchy, so really a nice clean page. Well done, Brandon. This is an Osakas page by Cindy Duffy, and this is one for Veterans Day. And say, Emma, this is, sorry, I'm slightly off topic, but Emma, if you can remind me, either you or I should swap out the Osakas photo at the top. They have a winter scene that they use throughout the winter months, so we should swap that out because the lakefront is probably not working as well now. So if you can take note of that for me, Emma. Thank you. All right, back to the page. Well done breakouts. You know, we saw a lot of these little breakout things for both before and after the election, and you guys put a lot of time into a lot of these little bio boxes and things. So this was a post-election page with the results, and it's really well done. Just nice, clean design, as well as really clean boxes with all of the pertinent information. So very nice, and a great looking Veterans Day package at the top of the page as well. So nice work, Cindy. And this is one of Megan's for Red Wing, and again another Veterans Day package there. And I like how she's got her cut lines tucked right in here. You know, it could have been an awkward layout here, but she got it all laid out really nicely so that it fits well on the page. And nice pull quote down in that lower story. No art, so she pulled out a quote to break it up a little bit. It would have been a pretty heavy lower left-hand corner of the page there, so
Is there
Yeah.
a really transparent American flag behind that Veterans Day story? Or am I just like, seeing something?
It does look like it. Yeah, looks like she's got some of the stripes at least. I don't see stars.
Looks kinda
Oh,
blue.
nope, the stars,
Yeah.
yeah, are in the lower portion. So, nicely done, Megan. Nice little touch there with the flag really transparent behind the Veterans Day package. All right, that is all of them. And Emma says it printed really great, too. Emma, of course, gets to see those in print. You know, a lot of us never see the pages that we work on in paper form, so it's tricky for us to know how we're doing sometimes. You know, it looks very different on a computer screen than it does on paper, so that's good to hear. So, well done, Megan. All right, so, there is not a lot to talk about today, but, just a couple of little things. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, as I've alluded to in a couple of the emails. We are going to have a very busy Friday and weekend, honestly, too. A lot of our Tuesday deadlines have been shifted to Monday, which means they're like Monday morning. And so a lot of those will be prepped for us tomorrow. And so we'll be cranking out pages. Our Fridays are always busy anyway. Pierce County will go to press at 5 tomorrow instead of 5 on Monday. And then they're going to have South Washington County and Woodbury will be ready for us on Saturday. So we'll get those sent off. We have several papers that will go to press fairly early on Monday morning. So, Cindy Duffy is coming in tomorrow. She usually does not work on Friday, so she's coming in for a half day tomorrow. Marcy is working a longer day tomorrow so that she can get a jump on Alexandria. Lauren is going to come in on Saturday for a few hours as well as Sunday. Emma and I are going to come in on Sunday and make sure that we are all set. So weekend crew, we are not expecting you guys to take on all of the extra pages over the weekend, because I think that would be ridiculous. Alicia told me, I was trying to figure out how we did this last year, because we've been trying to kind of keep records and stuff, and I have spreadsheets of all of our deadlines and things from last year versus this year. I asked Alicia, I said, how did we get all of those pages done? We had early deadlines last year on Monday morning too. I'm like, I looked back at the calendar and we hadn't scheduled extra people, and she said, oh, well, I worked that weekend and I did like 60 pages that weekend. So that is not happening. Not one person, I am not doing 60 pages, Emma is not doing 60 pages, nor are Joe or Cole. So we're going to spread it out a little bit more, but we're not dumping it all on the weekend crew. So I think we'll be in great shape come Monday morning. Our Monday will be a little bit busier than normal, but honestly, I don't think the early part of the week will be, I don't think we're going to have like a terrible Tuesday next week. Joe says, thank goodness that we're not dumping those all.
Who does the most pages this weekend get a prize?
Oh. Ooh.
I'm in.
Lauren's looking for a competition apparently. Huh. Maybe.
Crank out those Rivertowns pages, like.
Yep. Especially when like 3 of them use the exact same page. I don't know if that's fair.
The faith pages.
Yeah, the faith pages.
Fake.
Outdoors a lot of times.
One article on top, that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like,
Done.
So
cranking out pages is cranking out pages.
we'll have to see. But they all have to be clean pages. I think you get like demerits if you get corrections or something like that. I don't know. So we'll have to see. Managers, maybe we'll need to discuss whether we can come up with some sort of prize. But anyway, we will make sure that we've got all of the, deadlines updated in page track. We managers will take care of that. All of the daily papers okay, so 3 of our papers will not have Thanksgiving papers. They will, they don't print on Thanksgiving Day, so their big papers will be Wednesday, so those will have early deadlines on Tuesday night. That's Mitchell and, Mitchell, Wilmer, and possibly Jamestown. Jamestown definitely doesn't print on Thursday, but I don't know yet if they have an earlier deadline Tuesday night because of it. All of the dailies will have different UPC codes for that, for their A1s, for those bigger papers. Some of them just use their Sunday codes. The forums is a completely different code. So we managers will take care of making sure those are all placed, as well. Since we've got the 9 dailies plus Worthington all have different UPC codes, so we'll, make sure that those are right, cause we don't wanna screw those up, so. Other than that, most of you guys as managers I think the team leaders have reached out to most of you about, coming in early, especially for you Nightsiders, coming in early on Wednesday. Our latest deadline now will be 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Our earliest for the dailies will be, Grand Forks is at 1 p.m. So, Dickinson was going to have their regular deadline at 12:30, but I talked to Harvey and asked him if we could move it up since nobody else was gonna be, we didn't need to have people around, you know. I said it would be nice to just be able to send people home earlier, and so he's like, yeah, we can move it to 8. So we will all be pretty well wrapped up by 8 or shortly after that, so as long as we don't have fly pages for like the forum and stuff. There will be, like, for Grand Forks, they'll be updating the e-edition A2 for lotteries, but Cole is going to handle that, so most of you guys will be out at the office by 8 or shortly afterwards, so. Which means, of course, some of you Nightsiders will not have real long nights, cause you'll be working the night prior and then coming in earlier, and I apologize, but we Daysiders will still be around too, so we can help out with any of those early night deadlines too, wherever we can, so I think we'll be in really good shape for the holiday, so. Starting to gather up the Thanksgiving, or the Christmas and New Year's deadlines too, so we can lock in all of the deadlines and all of you guys' schedules, so you guys can plan your holidays too. I've only gotten a couple of those so far from the editors and stuff, but I have put in that request, and I will be nagging them harder after Thanksgiving again, for those deadlines, so we can kind of lock all of that stuff in place. Let's see. One thing that's come up a couple of times in the past few weeks is kind of the ethics of photos. We want to remember that, particularly with news photos, that we don't want to be manipulating those. Maybe a fade. Certainly cropping is okay, as long as you're not working for one of the papers who are very anti-cropping. But make sure that you're using that news photo in an authentic manner. I was talking with the photo editor here at the forum, and I thought he had a good point. You know, he said, you know, some people don't think of photography as journalism, but when we're talking about news photos, it is definitely journalism. We need to, like I said, be authentic in what we're representing. It is a record, a document of a moment in time. And so we don't want to manipulate that in any way by removing something from a photo or adding something to a photo. And he likened it to a quote from someone. Yeah, you could add a word or subtract a word to make it better, but you can change the meaning of it, and it's pretty similar with a photo. So, like I said, particularly with news photos, if you're using it in a news setting, a news story, don't be manipulating those photos. It's different with features, it's different with especially submitted features types of things, you know, movie photos and food photos, and we do cutouts and things like that. And the other thing he talked about was, when you look at it, is that reader going to know that that image has been manipulated? And, you know, he said, like, he and I talked, you know, we've both been designing and in the business for for a few decades and stuff, and he said, you know, very early on, like the first cutout, you know, that was a huge thing, you know, when they did the first cutout of a photo. It was like a really different sort of thing for a newspaper to do. Our readers are much more savvy now, you know, they're seeing imagery in very different ways than they did, you know, 20 years ago. But we want to make sure that, you know, when we see a cutout and when a reader sees a cutout of a photo, they realize that there was a background there, but it's, you know, it's that person has been clipped out or whatever. But when we're adding something to a photo or subtracting something from a photo, we want to make sure that it's very clear what we've done to it, so that there is no confusion for those readers. So like I said, he and I just had a pretty good conversation about that last week, and so he just wanted to bring up a few of those types of things. So, and another thing was asking if the reader understands that this is a news versus a staged photo. Is it still accurate? You know, again, talking about the cutouts, or, you know, your, even like he talked about doing staged photos when you're doing the grip and grin with or the you know, people holding a big check or something. A reader knows that that is not just like a candid photo, you know, that was a staged photo. But he and the photographers here won't even stage a photo like in an environment, you know, like, why don't you pretend that you're looking at that car engine, you know, like, no, like, go about your work and I'll take photos of you so that it's authentic, that it's accurate. So anyway, so that is talking a little bit about photos. Let's see, my only other big news is sad news. Anthony has given his notice and will be leaving the hub, sadly. He is going to move to the Denver area and pursue some other opportunities. He's looking for a new direction. So I am very sad to have Anthony leaving. He's been a fantastic part of the hub. He's been completely on his own for quite a while. He's been working from home all on his own, and but we just always knew we could count on him to get his work done, do it well, and we're gonna really miss him. So
Sick of the snow.
yeah. Well, he's moving to Denver, so there'll still be snow.
There's some,
so.
but it's not as cold.
Don't you usually go up into the mountains to get to the snow, but like Denver itself is like in that little bowl or something?
Yeah.
Well, they have like cactuses or some other
Altitude.
nonsense like that. I don't know how Denver works.
Just a high
I don't know that
altitude. To boil your water.
Yeah.
or-
Well, there's cactuses in North Dakota too, but
Yes.
it's different. So, anyway, so I have we've posted Anthony's position already. We were gonna try and get, someone else in place as quickly as possible, but I do have my concerns that that will be a quick process, especially over the holiday season. So, I've got it closing next Friday, so I don't have a real long open time frame for that, but I would imagine that there's a good chance we're gonna be down a person for a while here, so.
Are you gonna replace Cole's position?
We have not,
Or just-
and we actually, right now we're not going to, because we'll be bringing Mary Cairns on from, Superior, so we are gaining another designer, with Mary joining the hub in a few weeks. So, so we won't be down people. It's not quite, Cole was working nights and Mary will be working days, but we'll kind of just see how things all are working out before we try to do anything more, but, so yeah, if you guys have any people, friends, former colleagues, former classmates that are great designers, please let them know about the opening and send them my way. Or even if you have seen some other designers' great work and we should go out trying to headhunt them, we can try. So, I think that is about it. So, you guys have a great rest of your night and have a good weekend. We will not meet next week, so have a great Thanksgiving whenever you get to celebrate it. I know some of you will be here in the office. Thank you to those of you working the holiday. And thank you to those of you coming in and doing some extra hours to prepare for the holiday. So, have a good evening. Thank you. Bye.
I always figure with those photos, like usually if it's like a local photographer, I'm like,